Travis Kelce, if he's telling the truth, and I don't know, but if he's telling the truth, he's the smartest guy in the league. Because, and I've said this many times over, chasing being the highest paid anything in professional sports now is only about ego. And ego right now. That you want to be number one compared to all of your peers. And so it's about money. And these guys are hyper competitive. It's how they got there. But this is the live by the sword, die by the sword. They are hyper competitive. So they've driven themselves to be great athletes. And now they need to have one up on their opponents or their peers by being most paid. However, it is meaningless. In 1974, it is not meaningless. In 1986, it is not meaningless. By the time we get to 2023, it's meaningless. Because if you're Travis Kelce and you make $15 million a year versus Tyreek Hill who makes $30 million a year, it's not life-changing money. Back then, $75,000 a year versus $50,000 a year is life-changing money. Today, if you make $15 million and you can't have the life that you really want and you can't pay for your kids to go to college or your grandkids to go to college, you're doing it wrong. Once you hit $15 million a year and you've played 10 years, don't tell me that you need the Tyreek Hill contract. You don't. You don't. It is about the ego of being most highest paid today. And if you have a longer vision of what it's worth to be a football player or professional athlete, winning makes you more money on the back end. Travis Kelce is going to go to the Hall of Fame, no doubt about it, in part because he won 2 Super Bowls and was part of this team. He might have gone there anyway, but every day after he retires, he is a 2-time or more Super Bowl champion, Pro Football Hall of Famer, all-decade guy, yada, yada, and associated with good times in Kansas City. He can own a bar in Kansas City. He can own a restaurant in Kansas City. He can own a bar and a restaurant. He can own car dealerships. He could be on the radio. He could be on TV. He could do anything he wants. And every time you're at a podium, as confetti comes down, every time you're at the White House and people talk about the championship, you then set yourself up for NBC, Fox, CBS, big, well-paying jobs. Yeah, sometimes guys get there and don't win a Super Bowl. But the guys that win a lot get there a lot quicker, and guys that win a lot are automatically pushed to the front of the line. Troy Aikman's a good-looking guy. Troy Aikman's good at what he does. But winning 3 Super Bowls for the Cowboys made him, the day he retired, essentially the number 1 booth at Fox. That's that. And sure, you can be Tony Romo and get to that job a different way. But when you win, it's completely different. You set your life up forever. How many times have I interviewed a former athlete that was somewhere promoting this book, promoting this show, promoting this podcast, promoting this CBD, promoting this, that, or the other thing, because that person won a championship, because that person was involved in a big moment. I mean, I've interviewed Benny Agbayani for a podcast for an hour. Why? Because he had a big World Series and they didn't even win a championship. Had he just played for a 73-win team his entire career, it's meaningless. Completely meaningless. Why did David Freese get elected or invited or whatever to the Cardinals Hall of Fame alongside Pujols and Musial and these legends? Why? 2 hits in the World Series. And that's it. An NLCS MVP and a World Series MVP. Not because he played for 81-win Cardinals teams. You know, he's a 200 hitter. It means everything to be associated with good memories, with championships, with big games. It's when we pay attention to you. That's it. That's the list. We pay attention at large if you are a winner. So the smartest thing you can do, and I'm not saying it's like a practice squad guy going out and getting a $70 million contract. No, that's life-changing. When it is about you just want to go from the 50th highest paid player in the league to the 10th, or the 70th to the 50th, or the 4th to the 1st, It is meaningless. And it is why Tom Brady's smartest play ever was stay and take less money. He could have taken more money to go to the Vikings, taken more money to go to the Jaguars, taken more money to go somewhere else. But winning all those championships made him the GOAT. And now he's the GOAT forever, or until somebody takes out that championship tally. But to be greater than Joe Montana was worth every dime he didn't earn. To be that guy because of the winning, it didn't have anything to do with the stats. He could be the all-time leading passer, the all-time leading touchdown thrower. It didn't matter. He had to win championships. By setting himself up to win championships, he made himself a legacy that earns him way more money on the back end than what he didn't get on the front end. And all the Patriots that are on TV, is Julian Edelman anything if he played for the Bears? Nothing. We would have no idea who Julian Edelman is. Now, shows, podcasts, analysts here, this quote there, boom, boom, boom. Patriots Hall of Famer. People talk about him as a Pro Football Hall of Famer, which he shouldn't be. It's all because he won. It's it. It is the dividing line. Set yourself up, and you don't want to get bankrupt by playing for a winner, but you're going to make good enough money. It is meaningless to chase dollars when it's the difference of 15 to 25 million bucks. Meaning for us, $10 million, D.A., you're crazy. No, when you have 15, it doesn't matter. You got everything you could possibly want. Then you are all that cash on the back end.